and begin day 52 of 100 days of making comics. 252. One of the first things I did today was, that's a cat toy. One of the first things I did today was check out my to-do list, because I have a bunch of stuff on there that I've been slacking on, like sort of peripheral ancillary side things that I need to get to. One of them was looking into something called Alien Con, which is a new, sort of a new convention that's in town near me. But I guess it was rebranding, because it's the first Alien Con, but it used to be called something else, which I now forget, and it was like the History Channel. Is it the History Channel? The Unexplained Aliens, the big hair guy, his thing, and I guess they rebranded it, and a lot of people were asking me if I was doing it. I'm like, that's not really my thing. Not just that it's not my thing personally, but like my art doesn't reflect that. But they're like, oh, but they're gonna have the 3 Godzilla suit actors there and like horror movie stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, I can see that. And I was kind of dragging my feet on it because I'd done a lot of cons, and I don't know, in my mind, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do another con, and I'm not sure if there's a con for me. But I looked into it, and I was like, oh, there are like 3 of the Godzilla actors there, and that's a pretty good thing. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, there's a reason I couldn't do it or wasn't going to do it when I first heard about it, and it's because I'm doing Kamikaze. Not only am I doing Kamikaze, but I had a previous conflict with another small show that I had to cancel. So I was booked on 2 shows, canceled one, I'm still doing Kamikaze, and so I can't do it. So mischief managed, problem solved. Moving on. When I was talking just now, I put my finger in my mouth accidentally. I don't know if you caught it. Okay, I did some more work type stuff, not art, and that is in the way. I did a search. There was a couple cons I needed to look into. I told you about the Alien Con, but also there's Stockton Con, which is a bit up north for me, which already passed, and I think I was busy that weekend anyway. Once again, that's probably why I didn't book it. And then there's another show called Robo Toy Fest, which is down in Pasadena, which is far, but I've been down there a few times this year, so I've realized it's not undoable. Indoable? Impossible. It's not without possibility of having being done. Anyway, it's a one-day show, which is weird. I mean, it's good and bad. It's good because it's so far away that I'd only have to pay for 1 day at a hotel, but then it's also, I'm going all the way down there for 1 day. But it's concentrated on like mechs and Transformers and things like that, and a lot of stuff that Power Rangers and a lot of stuff that appeals to me personally and would make sense with my art. I also have some friends that live down there. I have a buddy that might want to go just for fun, so we could maybe drive down together, split the hotel, etc., etc., etc. Except it's the same weekend as the Alternative Press Expo here in town, which I'm already booked for. So once again, I've talked about this before, but I feel like there's going to be a bubble burst or a tipping point for all these shows because there's more every single year, especially here in California. I mean, I think throughout the country, throughout the world, it's increasing, but in California, there's cons several times a month, and very often on the same weekend. Like, this has been going on for at least a year, where I've been at one con and knew there was another one going on, or had to choose between 2 or 3. So it's weird. I mean, it's like, well, that, my mind is made up for me because I can't go to that, but I might have considered going to it, except that I'm booked at another show. So anyway, just more busy work stuff. This is the things I'm doing now that I have a little bit of free time, catching up on things like this. Also, Mike Emeritz had asked me at one point, like, what's stopping me from just putting in tons of hours on the horror? And, I've had craziness going on in my life, but right now, theoretically, nothing, because client work that I needed to get done is done, and the rest I'm still waiting to officially start. So I actually don't have any client work theoretically right now at all, but I'm still busy catching up on this other stuff, which is tangentially work related. And also videos. Making videos takes a lot of time. Doing the 100 days, stopping to do this, but also then the editing, the posting, things like that. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't just do these. I do, toy videos from time to time. I do wrap up of Power Morphicon, things like that. And I like doing them, but it takes up time. And that's all excuses. I've been working more on the horror, and I will be working on the horror later today. Hey everybody, I'm over here now. Why? Well, because time has passed for me, but not for you. And I realize I'm going to try to pant slowly so you don't get too sick. But I realize I'm doing a lot of sitting at the table, cutting, hey, it's 3 hours later, and it's just the exact same image with nothing in between, no change. And it's an odd effect. When I was rewatching one, that I mentioned that time has passed, but it seems like, why does he keep stopping? And just, like no time. Like, I'm probably not articulating this clearly, but I thought it might work better if I started over there and ended up here. So now I'm back in the same place, but it feels like I've done something. Some time has passed. I've tricked your mind, maybe. Or your eyeballs, ears, mind, heart. Anyway, I don't know why. Heart. I'm looking in the sky for heart clouds. So I worked on the horror 3 hours. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Not 5, not 2, 3. I decided to take care of some other things in the morning, and I put up a lot of stuff for sale. I usually sell stuff through eBay, but I'm on a lot of toy groups, and I'm in like some Power Ranger groups, and I have a lot of stuff that I got from the convention that is either duplicate, because Q and I both got it with our membership thing, or just stuff I didn't want, and in an effort to offset that cost, I put some things up to sell. One already sold immediately. It was just a pin for $15, so awesome. $15 back for a pin I didn't want. It's a duplicate. It's not that I didn't want it, but we had three, so two I could sell. So that's great, but that took a little bit longer than I thought it would, and blah, 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 blah. I worked on the heart. Let me show you. So once again, working on the roughs for page 6 and 7 of the heart A4, issue 2. This panel was done, and I had done, I think, this one and started that one. So I finished this one. I don't know why I started using different colors, but I did. I did her body and had to change it from the original sketch. Once I did the background, the perspective didn't quite work out. After I did that, I did this panel in its entirety. I guess I thought I already just did the stairs, so I'd do them again, and then I populated with those two. If I get close, you can see I tried to do the acting and emotion on her face. I was going to move down to the bottom, but I said, nah, you know what? Let me do the hardest panel, because I was putting in extra time today, and I didn't want to work on this for like a half hour for the next 3 days. If that happened, I wanted to get it done. So I did. I've done this view of the bar before, and this goes back to what I was saying about having not really, I kind of roughly know what the bar is and have drawn it a few times, but I'm going to show you like the reference I had for that shot. This is from issue 1. So you can see it doesn't quite work because like there's a lot of elements that I haven't drawn, and I find myself shifting the perspective and the furniture and things to make shots work. And I think for the most part it's not something that people will notice, but if I at least knew where it was supposed to be, which is where I'm getting to after doing these pages, it'll be easier the next time I come back to the bar, which I definitely will be late. I don't know if later in this issue, but if not, then the next issue. So then coming down here, this rough on the bottom 3 was super rough to the point where I forgot what it was, and I had to look at the script because I hadn't done the cleanup on some of these others. I had done like a light cleanup on the road, and I had not done these on these, so I had no idea what it was. I didn't even realize it was 3 panels. I thought it was 1 or 2. But I did this one first where she's outside and slams the door. And then this is him yelling up, because you can see she goes up the stairs, she's yelling down, he's yelling up, slams the door, and then it's her outside. This is going to be another annoying panel where I have to draw the building. I might try to find a fake cheat, because I've done so much background in these, I could probably skip it a little bit. I might put some more detail in here, but yeah, basically for 3 hours, I finished this one, did this one, did this one, did this one, and mostly did this one. So pretty good progress for 3 hours. I feel like I said that weird. Pretty good progress. Hey, how you doing? Pretty good progress. I'm a bird. What is happening? I don't know. It's going on 6. I'm going to start dinner. Look at that. I kind of like this working during the day thing. Even when I'm not putting in 8 hours on this, I'm getting more done, and then I could come back to it later if I want. Although yesterday I didn't come back to it. Did not work on the standee, but I'm thinking about it. Today's Friday. Over the weekend, I have a job tomorrow, a caricature job. And I don't know if I have anything going on Sunday, but I don't plan on getting extra work done. I mean, if I do, great, but that's, 30 minutes on a weekend I'm not going to feel so guilty about. Next week I might try something new. Stay tuned. But that'll be Monday. You'll see me stay tuned for 2 more episodes where I won't have done that thing. Whatever. I shouldn't talk about the future. Oh yeah, pizza for dinner. As the sun sets on the day here in California, a large pie is coming home with me. Extra cheese, half onions. Thank you very much. Lick your paw. Well done. Go in the other room. Okay. They're so well trained. Okay, I am going to sign off, but I will show you this. This is it's a Megazord from Power Rangers, but it's what they call an auxiliary Zord, which means it's not the main Megazord. It's like a secondary one that battles with them. And this is called the Go Rotor from, you can see that little sound effect thing. It's called the Go Rotor from Go Onger, which here in the US was RPM. It was a great season. All of the Zords were terrible and gross looking, except for that one. That's one I was going to get at Power Morphicon. I had my eye out for it. Saw it at a few places. It was $35 used, out of the box, without batteries, the battery sole in its chest, scratched up. Didn't seem like a good price. Got that one online for like $2 more. I may or may not have mentioned that before, but now it's here, and that's just how I'm going to close out the video. The video for today being day 52, and if it's 52, well, then you know what that means. We've got 48 days left.
It's been a while.